out in the community, going around to different local community groups, charities and businesses. And this week we are at the Anthony Seddon Fund, and here is the founding mother herself, Donna. Hello, Donna.
Hello, Josh.
How are you? How are you coping with the weather?
I'm struggling like everybody else. I'm struggling, but do you know what? I was hot to start with, so never mind.
You've still got it. Thank you so much for joining me. As you've seen before, we were outside putting a lock to commemorate the lives lost in the LGBT community. And we want to talk about that. Where did that come from? Was that your idea?
Yeah, so the Locks of Love was, we've seen lots of people putting locks on bridges and things like that, and we just kind of thought, wouldn't it be fantastic if we could actually have some kind of permanent memorial to the people that we've lost to suicide. We don't really talk about suicide. We especially don't talk about it when we've lost somebody, and it can feel as if people are deliberately not talking about our loved ones. Yeah. So for us to have something where we can publicly display and show that we still think about them, we still love them, they're still very much a part of our community, that was kind of the thinking behind it, really. And just placing a lock somewhere in the centre of Ashton just seemed like a really nice way to do that.
It's a really great idea because, as you say, there's a stigma around suicide. A lot of people don't want to talk about it, but myself, and I'll talk about myself, I can't talk about other people. I saw it and it raised a few questions, and I asked about it, and that's how I came to understand what it was about. And then I came into the Anthony Seddon Fund to find out more.
Yeah, and that's what it is really. So as well as remembering those that we've lost and making sure that they stay in our memory, well, in the public's memories really, we wanted to sort of provide a focus so that people can not only will they think about the people that they've lost, but maybe they'll think about how they might be able to help other people or help themselves, and just form a community that's not ashamed to talk about suicide.
I mean, it's a really personal touch. Is anybody welcome to put their own lock in there and decorate
absolutely, it? Absolutely. I mean, the council were very, very good in letting us put that up in the first place. It's not something they normally do. And they did place a few restrictions. They didn't really want us putting decorations or anything like that on there, which I think is fair enough. So if we can put a simple lock on there, you're welcome to paint the lock, write on it, put your own little touches, but it's about showing respect really, and appreciation to the council for letting us do it in the first place.
Yeah, well, me and James Dean were up late last night with the glitter. We've done our own little lock. We're going to put it on there.
I wouldn't expect anything less.
Hi again. We're still here at the Anthony Seddon Fund, and we're joined by James Dean from Aries UK. Hello,
Josh.
How are you?
I'm not too bad. Thank you for chatting to me.
No problem. We're here today. We're talking to loads of different people, all the different people who are associated with the Anthony Seddon Fund, and with you we're going to talk about the LGBTQ community.
Yes, well, there's no actual LGBTQI charity in Tameside specifically for over 18s. There's a lot of stuff for people coming up to 18, but nothing for the adults. And if you don't want to go out drinking in the pub, there's not really much to do. So with the help of the Anthony Seddon, we set up the LGBT peer support group that meets every other Wednesday. We realised from that there really is a need to provide support for the LGBT community in Tameside, so we set up Aries UK, named after the late great Madam Aries.
Of course.
And we're slowly building up. We're currently pending registration at the Charities Commission. We've got the LGBT peer support group. We're also looking at expanding into a trans safe space, one-to-one support, a helpline, that sort of thing. And with mental health in particular and suicide, it's quite... The LGBT community is quite affected by it. There's 52% of the LGBT community say they've experienced depression in the last year, and 1 in 8 LGBT people aged 18 to 24, which is quite young, that's 13%, said they've attempted to take their own life in the last year. So we thought it was important to join forces with the Anthony Seddon, who are so great at what they do in raising awareness and helping prevent suicide.
These statistics are quite alarming.
They're shocking.
And this service is very much needed, and it's kind of beyond me why it hasn't happened sooner. Someone hasn't done something sooner.
I think there are the national charities, and I think people, will get. There's obviously the LGBT Foundation in Manchester, and people will, travel to those services. But there are some people that going to a big city can be quite a big issue.
It's quite daunting.
Daunting.
Yeah.
And so we wanted to provide something local within Tameside. And I think the LGBT advisor to Andy Burnham was saying that he was hoping to have services in every town and borough of Greater Manchester. And this year, for the first time, time, every borough had a Pride event,
Wow.
or will have had a Pride
Wow.
event. It's Stockport's and Oldham's this weekend. So, and of course we had Tameside's a couple of weeks ago now, almost a month ago now, 20 days ago. So it's, you know, it's nice that that's happening, and we just felt it was something that was needed, and the response from the peer support group shows that it really is.
The progress is absolutely amazing, and you're an absolute superstar. You're going to be here for the coffee morning?
I am. We've been left something, haven't we?
Oh me, oh my, what a surprise!
I know. Well, seeing as cakes are involved, should we invite my compatriot from Aries UK to join us, because he
Well, there
likes
are-
a good cake.
There's free cakes.
There's free cakes.
Why
It's
not?
normally around.
Mr. Mercer,
Hello, everybody.
choose your weapon.
Oh, go on then.
There we go.
So these will be available tomorrow at the Anthony Seddon Centre on Saturday. So yeah,
Oh,
They look too nice to eat.
they do, but you're going to anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, of course they are.
don't be polite, just get it down you. No, Donna, whilst I've got you, we are going to promote World Suicide Prevention Day. It's on the 10th of September.
It is indeed.
Tell me more about it, please.
So World Suicide Prevention Day, it takes place across the globe. And the idea is that it takes place at the same time, so that 8 p.m. In the evening, there's a candlelit vigil. So the candle is for us to mark World Suicide Prevention Day. So we all talk about it. So it isn't something that's surrounded by stigma and mystery. And if you can't manage to get to a vigil anywhere in the world, then people are encouraged to place a light in their window, just to show that they are willing to talk about preventing suicide.
And is it an open event? Can anybody come along as well?
Yeah, so the event at Rycroft Hall, we've got a few speakers. We're going to have stalls there, information stalls from the local mental health groups, and some of the speakers are people who've been personally affected by suicide, so maybe for themselves or a family member. And then at 8 o'clock, as I say, we will be having a candlelit vigil outside, and everybody's welcome to attend.
And that's the power of social media as well, because if we do a Facebook Live or a pre-recorded video, people get to see it.
Yeah.
They can't make it down for whatever reason, and it just spreads the message.
That's right, and what we're kind of trying to say is it is a little bit about remembering people we've lost to suicide, but more importantly, it's about giving people out there who are struggling the hope that people do care, and that there are places to go, and you can get support in Tameside and Glossop. And we would encourage anybody to come down and just find out what's going on, find out what support there is for themselves and the friends, the family, and also if you have been affected personally by a suicide tragedy, then please come and share that loss with us and remember our loved ones together.
Thank you, Donna. I've heard a little birdie has told me, well, it was a pigeon,
Oh,
that I
really?
might be presenting that evening.
Well, I think that's going to be fantastic, and that's definitely our honour to have you there, so thank you very much for that, Josh.
I'll be honest though, dryer's gone kaput. I need to wear something smart, dryer's gone kaput. So if you can donate me a dryer, I will look dapper on that night, I promise you that.
I tell you what, I'll get my hairdryer out and I will personally stand there.
We're looking for volunteers, anybody with the skill to hairdry. You're amazing, Donna. And just before we let you go, tomorrow is the coffee morning.
Yes, so we've got coffee morning at our centre on George Street, and we've got a cake competition.
Okay, I'm
Exactly.
ready.
So,
Eggs, flour,
so
sugar, what else do I need?
homemade cakes, and there's a prize for the winner. So please come down. On a serious note, it's a really good chance to come and find out what support we offer, but really just to meet new people, make new friends, and to realise that mental health is a serious subject. But actually, you know what? It's something that happens to all of us. We've all got mental health, and we need to learn to live with it and enjoy ourselves and have a laugh. And if we can do that while we're supporting people along the way and eat cake,
Oh God, you've got me.
what better way of doing it? So that's at our George Street Centre in Ashton tomorrow.
I just want to thank you, Donna. It's been a very hard few months. I'm 27 and I'm gay, so there we go. I fit that demographic, and I don't talk about mental health. But these last few months have been so hard, and since I've come here with James Dean, meeting everybody here and yourself, thank you.
I really appreciate you sharing that. I really do appreciate you sharing that. And it's stories like that that make people realise they're not on their own.
This is important. This is very important. Thank you for watching.
Thank you.
Hi again, nothing beats a steaming hot cup of coffee and a gorgeous piece of cake. Hello, Anne.
Hello.
Tell us about the event today. I see cake, I smell coffee, I'm so excited.
So it's about, for the Anthony Seddon Fund, it's about to raise money to keep the centre open, which supports a lot of people. We have a shop across the road to raise funds. We do anything at all, but today was about encouraging volunteers to get involved. It's fantastic. We made some brilliant cakes. We've got a shop in there selling some nice stuff, and that's just to show people exactly what we sell in the shop as well. So
it's nice to do it in such a fun way, like baking a cake. I've tried, I haven't mastered it, maybe the odd fairy cake, but this is spectacular. Have you baked anything here?
No.
You need to practice what you... I bet you tasted it though, didn't you?
I haven't yet. I've not had it yet.
They look absolutely amazing. Just tell us what we've got here. We have loads of different varieties.
So we've got the butterfly cakes, which have been donated by a local girl, Cara's Cakes, Cara France. She's donated those.
I just need to admit, I tried one of those yesterday.
I believe so. I noticed 3 were missing.
Sorry, Father, for I have sinned.
So we've spent some time tasting each one, had a good time as well doing it, and it was very, very hard to pick a winner because they were all tasted so delicious, but we've had to choose and we've had to make a decision, and we decided on cake number 1, which is the fantastic beetroot cheesecake.
Beetroot in cake. It's like Heston Blumenthal. Gorgeous. That was my favourite anyway. Let's keep on going down the line.
Lemon drizzle. So Mark, one of our trustees, his wife Sandra, has made that one. We've got a marble cake. One of our volunteers, Christine, over there, has made this one. And he's just
It just looked too good.
And then Victoria Sponge, which Judith, one of the volunteers, it's on reception downstairs. She's made that one.
Amazing. I'm very impressed. Has it been a huge success? What do you think, everybody? Yay! I'm going to add more cake. Check out the video on YouTube, share it to your friends, comment and give it a love. See you soon. We've had the cake, we've had the coffee, now we're at the shop. It's a hidden gem this. Hi, David.
Hello.
You're the hidden gem, I think.
I don't think
Have you got this in a size me?
No, well, I don't think it's quite yours because it doesn't say Pink Ladies on the back.
I knew you was going to say that. Olivia Newton, John. So you're a volunteer here at the shop?
One. I am actually. I'm Donna's brother, and I've been involved with the charity since we set up. So I'm on the board of trustees, but more often than not, I get roped into doing anything.
Are you being served comes into mind. I think you're absolutely amazing.
Well, I'm very good at inside leg measurements.
But you have to be a people's person as well.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far.
Well,
I wouldn't go that far.
I've fallen in love with you a little bit.
I do actually. Sort of the people that we meet, the people that come into the shop are fantastic. I have to say that Tameside has got a brilliant community. So it is actually quite pleasurable to work in the shop, to work at the centre. You get to meet lots of different people.
It must be so rewarding.
I would say it is. I'd say it's one of the most rewarding things I've done. People tend to think that volunteering is an effort, but the benefits of it, meeting new people, becoming involved in activities and actually giving something back to your community, I just think it's an amazing thing to do and really, really satisfying.
Are you allowed to pick clothing or any items from the shop?
I am, but you're not.
Oh,
no.
James, have you got a fiver for this, please? Where'd you get this shirt from? Was this one of the ones
No,
from
actually,
here?
this was £125.
What? He's outpriced us. You're absolutely a star volunteer, David. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
James, cough up.